Right, welcome back to our third week in block number 3. We're focusing on lumbar extension, and we're going to get straight into a bit of movement where we have our cat, where I'm tucking my chin, pushing my spine up, and my cow pulling the shoulder blades up. So this bit's important, that I pull the shoulder blades up, throw the belly towards the floor, locking up, push down with the exhale, up with the inhale. And then as we breathe out, make sure you're pushing your hands hard into the floor, thinking knees, hands, toes, pushing down to lift yourself as high as you can with the rest of the body, and then shoulder blades back. Deep breaths. Now it's actually quite nice if you want to make this a little bit more challenging. We can lift the knees just off the ground and then do the same thing. But you really have to focus then on how the hips are moving so that you go into a posterior tilt on the exhale and an anterior tilt on the inhale. So it'd be easy to just do our scapular push-ups, but we want to make sure we're looking up, posterior tilt, or posterior tilt and then anterior tilt on the looking up, down, cow, anterior tilt on the next. Just brings a bit more activity to everywhere, gets us warm nice and quickly before we drop down and go for our rotational cat-cow. So I'm going to start with the cat pushing tall. I'm going to go off to the left, go down, then as far as I can to the right, push with the right hand, get high, and then move off to the left. So we'll go for about 8 full rotations. Try and time it with your breathing. So inhale to the bottom, exhale to top. Now with your head, make sure you're opposing the motion of your sternum. So as my torso goes off to the left, my head goes off to the right. As it starts moving down, my head starts moving up. As it crosses, my head crosses, and so on. And we'll change directions. So we'll start from that high point, head down, move to the right, head to the left, down with the sternum, up with the head, across. Exhale, push. Knees are down for this one. Time it with your breathing as best you can. And that is about our 8. So we're going to go into our child's pose where the arms are long in front. If we can, rest the elbows down, great. Just bring a big stretch through our upper middle back. Take a few breaths, and then push down through the hands, rolling your way up, and slowly I'm thinking hips down first, then I let myself extend. So it doesn't matter if this is what we look like, but we're trying to get our hips low. You can even come all the way down and push yourself back up. And back to the child's pose. And pushing back through and hips down. Really nice little flow this, push hard through the hands. And as I'm pushing myself back, I'm thinking I'm sliding the floor away from me. Yeah, really nice flow to go through, a bit of extension in the upper spine, and then extension in the lower spine. So we're going to do a very similar one to last week. Maybe adding in a couple of bits and pieces here and there. We just want to consolidate all the work we did. So anything that is repetitive, take this time to notice if it is any different than the week before. We're looking for any improvements. It feels slightly easier, you're getting further deeper into it, whatever that might be. But right, we're now going to lie down on our side and go for our thoracic rotations, where we reach forward, knees are tucked up, and then I'm thinking about pulling the elbow back as far as I can, twisting the body but keeping the knees down. So if you'd like, you can even move the hand to the knee and then pull that elbow down, keeping this hand, pushing the knees to the floor. Come back, take a breath, expand the lungs and the ribcage, and then breathe out, squeeze back. Reach forward, pull back, elbow back behind you. As far as you can, deep breath in. And pull back. And if, like me right here, your knees are on the ground, then all we're going to do is pull our knees a little bit higher and go for the same again. So I'm using my hands for a bit of downward pressure on the knees, the other hand pulling back, elbow, that's more difficult, deep breath. That's 3, we'll go for 4, pulling back. I'm going to hold for an extra breath here, so pull back, deep breath. Exhale, another breath. Good. And reaching up and over. So now the same thing, but reaching up in a semicircle as if I'm doing a snow angel with one hand reaching up, over, sweep, 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 knees down, hands behind, and back up overhead. So 4 of those, reaching as far as you can, shrugging the shoulders up overhead, turning back, head turning, knees down, and back, up and over. Four of these total. If this is too easy, once again, you can tuck the knees off. If you get stuck, take a breath. As you breathe out, reach around. Last time, reach forward, up, 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 shrug, all the way over. When you meet me on that far range where the hands are facing away from each other, take a breath. Then on the exhale, squeeze the shoulders towards the floor. And then back up and over for us to lie on our backs. Here, we just tuck the knees up, feet together, roll knees side to side. Once again, I don't let the knees roll amongst each other, because if I do, you see my hips, I'm not turning the spine like I am now. I have a big rotation from the lower back. If the knees separate, the movement comes from the hips, not the back. We just roll aside. I had a big click to side. As I roll over to the left, I'm going to push the left foot down into the floor. Try and keep this right shoulder down, and vice versa as I move to the right. It's a bit tighter for me. A little push with the right foot, keep the knees going over. I feel a light stretch through my lower back. Okay, now we go to our other side. So I have to go all the way around, lie on top, and we start with our pull, 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 pull. We can use our other hand on the knee, elbow back, deep breath. Breathe out, squeeze. Didn't hit the floor that time, so this next time, I'm gonna think hand pushing down into the knees, elbow pull on the breath, exhale, squeeze down. And then back forward. I got the ground, but not comfortably, so this next one I'm going to try and be more firmed into the floor. So deep breath in. That was more comfortable, so for this last one I'm going to tuck the knees ever so slightly higher, reach forward, pull back, deep breath, hold for another breath. And we come forward, ready for our big sweeps overhead. Keeping the knees down. Shrugging tall and over. So I didn't just want to be passively going through this. I'm actively reaching as far as I can through the whole movement, trying to get higher each time and further back each time. So that was number 2, I believe, maybe 3, but we'll go for another. If it is the third one, we'll do 5. It's not going to hurt us. Shrug and tall, reaching, last one. Reach forward, pull up, 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 over, back. Then at this point, knees down. We're going to drive our shoulders, both shoulders into the floor. 3, 2, 1, push. Take a breath. And then up and over. We're going to roll onto our back. Once again, feet underneath our hips. So once again, we're working on our ability to drive through our hips. So first thing first, I'm going to think about just a glute bridge. So to do this, I'm going to think belly button drawing back. That allows me to feel the small of the lower back hitting the floor. Then I'm going to imagine pushing my feet away from me, which is going to engage the quads a bit more. Then I curl the hips under and lift, and we should feel a good contraction through our glutes. And back down. Same again. Belly button back, feel the lower back hit the floor. Push through the feet. Lift. Squeeze at the top. Hopefully, if we do it right, we should get a little stretch over the front of the hips. Back down. Belly button. Feet. Lift. Drive. Back down. 3 more. Belly button, drive through the feet, lift. Back down. Once again, belly back, pushing the feet out, lift. 1 more, like this. Then we're going to go for single leg variants for 4 reps each side. So belly button back, slide the feet, lift, 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 drive, 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 drive. And I'm going to go for the left leg first here. So my right leg, I'm just going to lift off the ground, doesn't matter where it is. I like to pull it up and in. I'm going to think about belly button back, pushing through the feet away from me, and then lift, same thing. But as I do this, what will want to happen is that it might want to drop in because we've got a lot of weight on this side now, not supported. So I want to make sure my knee is driving out as I do that to make sure I lift straight rather than lifting in any kind of compensated way. Okay, 2 more. Push the feet out, belly button back, lift, lift, lift. Back down. We go again. 3, 2, 1, lift. For another 3, 2, 1, and we swap legs. So you'll see here, if I, in my lower back, if I think belly button down, that puts me into more of a posterior tilt. I think about pushing through the feet, sliding away, and then I lift and down. 1 of 4, I believe, maybe 5. Think belly button back, lift. You can keep your hands onto the ground for a bit of extra balance and support if you want, but I want most of it to be coming from the leg. Belly button, drive through the feet, lift. Hard push, back down. Belly button, feet, lift, and down. We'll have a little hug in with the knees, and we'll come to our kneeling lunge. So, once again, I'm going to come forward as far forward as I can to feel a hip flexor stretch, but in this back leg, I'm going to shuffle forward so I'm more in the middle. I want the foot to be flat on the back of it. I'm coming as far forward as I can comfortably, so I feel a stretch through the hip flexor. Then we're going to think about driving into the floor and dragging forwards. So first things first, belly button back, driving through the front foot into the floor, kicking the back foot down into the floor, and then pull yourself back using the back leg. I'm not pushing myself from this leg, I'm pulling myself back from the back leg. And then release forward, 5 total. Get down, think belly button, driving the front foot down, back foot down, pull, 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 and forward. Belly button, front foot, back foot, pull, pull, pull. Breathe, back forward. 3 of 5, think belly button back, front foot, back foot, drag, 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 drag. And the more I do this, the more I feel a mixture of fatigue and activation, so that I know what I'm doing more, getting deeper into that initial position. Belly button, front foot, back foot. That's 5. I'm now going to sink forward, hands down. If you can't get the hands down, you can be on your knuckles, you can be on your knee, whatever's comfortable. The aim is to come down as deep as you can. If this is easy, you can come forward with the hands. Try and press your torso deep. But still squeezing the glutes of the back leg, so hips pushing forward onto the floor. Now I'm going to bring the hand back up and go with this elbow with the same leg forward. I'm going to reach that elbow towards the floor as far as I can and then twist up towards the ceiling. So as I twist up, it's important that I push through this grounded hand and I'm pulling myself back, so this arm is twisting back behind me, and then I'm kicking through the floor as my torso turns, and that gives me a stretch over the hip flexor as well as a twist through the torso. I'm then thinking about this front foot pushing into the floor, but I'm pushing, my weight's coming to the outside of my foot naturally, so I'm going to bring focus into pushing into the inside of the big toe. So as I twist down, everything's relaxed. I'm trying to reach the elbow and then push through the hand. The back foot glutes push into the inside ball of the foot and back down. 5 total. Push up, twist, inside ball of the foot, kicking with the back foot, glutes, arm pulling back and twist down. We twist up, let's go through the checklist. Front legs pushing down through the inside big toe ball of the foot, front arms pulling yourself back, glutes are driving the hips down, foot's kicking into the floor, back down. Last one. So we have front foot, back glute, grounded shoulder, back foot, pushing, twisting, and come down. Take your time to relax. I'm going to sink into a child's pose, knees together. I'm going to rock my hips side to side. This is just allowing a bit more spinal extension passively. After we did that active work, always gets my hamstring in the front knee, the high kneeling, or not the knee that's on the ground, the other knee, in the back of the knee, that always gets eaten up by this one for me. Big exhale. I feel everything get tight with a big exhale on that. Right, other knee forward. I'm gonna drive the hip, reach forward, then hands down. Oh, I'm skipping a step. How dare I? Hips forward, and I think about driving through the glutes of this back leg. The back foot's pushing down, front foot's pushing down, belly button back, and then I'm dragging myself back using the front knee pulling forward. Sorry, the back knee pulling forward. The front leg, the only contribution is this foot's pushing down, but it's not, but it's not pushing me back. It's all coming from this back leg. So, belly button, front foot, back foot, glute in the back leg, then the knee drags you forward. If you watch that back, you'll see the mat actually scrunch up a little bit behind that foot because I'm trying to drag myself so much. Get deep, glute squeeze, foot drive, belly button back, front foot down, drag, 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 drag. As I do this, what I'm trying to avoid with the glute squeeze is I don't want my hips to turn out. I want to turn them in and forward, which is what that glute squeeze really helps to create. Puts you in a great position to help with that. Put that hip flexor in a lengthened and strengthening position. So let's go again. 3, 2, 1, drive, 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 pull, 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 pull. And that's 5. So we come deep forward for our rest. Squeezing this hip still. This is still pushing forward. I don't want to be back here. I want to be forward. And then if you can, reach forward. Deep breaths. Now, in this foot, you can see my knees coming out to the side. So it's an element of internal rotation to be able to push that ball of the foot down in the knee or the tibia. It's a really useful thing to be able to do. A lot of us won't have that ability, so our foot will twist out. If you can, push down that, and that will help bring a bit of movement and health into the knee. So ball of the big toe is pushing down through this. Front arm is dragging out behind. Glute is still driving us down, and that back foot's kicking down. 5 twists. Elbow down. And squeeze up and back. As I twist myself, reach up and twist myself with the arm, the glute is pushing down. Back down. And up. Getting lower already. On this side, elbow down, look at that. Big toe pushing down. This is just a really nice position to work through. 5th one, I believe. Okay, take your time. We're going to come back to our child's pose, have a little rock, and then we'll do some 90-90 work nice and quick. Not the full pails and rails like previous blocks, the contract, relax method, CRAC, or the crack method. So we'll find our 90-90 through a few swivels. So we'll just swivel side to side. You can have your hands back for passive, or if you feel comfortable, you can have your hands up and forward for a bit more active. So here I'm thinking tall through the spine. And as I'm tall here, it's hard for me to pull that knee down. It requires more internal rotation of the hip. I'm actually going to be slowly rocking towards the camera at this rate. Just another 10 seconds of this. And we'll roll over onto whatever side that is. So I'm starting on the left. I'm going to turn 45. So I've got 90 degrees front knee, 90 degrees in the back knee. I'm lifting myself up and popping myself down so I feel I'm sat more on bone than I'm on tissue. Then I'm going to bow forward, reach forward, not round down, but reach as far forward as I can. Use this hand to push me over, bring the hand to the foot. And we know the drill here. I'm going to kick into the foot, into the hand, the foot, drive the knee into the floor, and build that to about 7, 8, 9 out of 10 for another 3, 2, 1. Relax. As you relax, see if you can get deeper. By deeper, I don't mean down, I mean forward. And 3, 2, 1, 10 seconds. Kick, kick, kick. Also think about the back knee driving down. Breathe. For 3, 2, 1, relax. And we're gonna go one more time. 3, 2, 1, kick, kick, drive the knee down, push hard, breathe and push. For another 3, 2, 1. Then we're not moving. We'll bring the elbow across the knee. Other hand's there to help push you around, pushing the knee into the elbow and vice versa. And then twist and take a deep breath. Exhale, twist, breathe in. Four breaths, last one. And then take your time. We'll come over to the other side. So, once again, lift up, flop down. Feel yourself sat more on bone than tissue. Then we're going to use that hand to push ourselves over, bow forward, hand to foot. 3, 2, 1, kick into the hand, drive the knee down, breathe for another 5, 4, push hard, 2, 1, relax. See if you can roll this back hip in and forward and reach sternum in the direction of the knee, but over the upper middle shin. And we go again, kicking into the hand, 3, 2, 1, push, knee down. For another 3, 2, 1, relax. See if you can get further. Last one, 3, 2, 1, kick and knee down and drive, reach, 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 reach. Breathe. For another 3, 2, 1, relax. This is where elbow comes across the knee, pushing, twisting. And as I take a deep breath, and as I breathe out, I'm thinking to lengthen through the spine and be tall as I'm pushing through this elbow. Twist us round, just like that last movement. Deep breath. 4 total, 2 more. And twisting out. All right, coming towards our main strength work. So this is where we're gonna lie on our front and go for our nice repetitive drill where we reach forward, and I'm gonna lift left hand at the same time as the right foot while I push the right hand and left foot down. So we're gonna go 3 reps each side, hold for 5 seconds, and then we're gonna go forward, out, down. So 3, 2, left hand up, right foot up, and right hand down, left foot down. Push with the hand, push with the foot, and lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, down. 2, 3, lift, push hard, push hard, push hard, try and get higher each time. And down. To really ramp up the effort, we'll go for 4 reps each side. I know I said 3, but we'll go for 7 to 9 out of 10 effort. So push down, kick, lift up, lift, and down. Keep breathing, and lift and push. Down. 3 breaths, and then we go for the other side. Right hand, left foot up. Left hand, right foot down. 3, 2, 1, lift. Lift hard, push hard. And down. And up. Push hard, lift. And down. See if you can reach the hands further. 2, 1, lift, push. And rest. If few seconds, and we lift. 2, 1, down. Take a few seconds while we bring the arms out to the side. Same once again, but this time left hand, right foot. So 3, 2, 1, push hard with the right hand, hard with the left leg, and lift as high as you can. And down. 3, 2, deep breath. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Lift hard, lift hard, lift high. Push down. And rest. One more to go. 1, and lift, lift hard, push up. And down. A few deep breaths. And we go for the other side. So right hand's lifting, left foot's lifting, left hand and right foot are pushing down. So get the push of the left hand and the right leg, and then we lift in 2, 1. As high as you can, as hard as you can, and down. 2, 3, lift, and down. 2, 3, lift, down. 2, 3, lift. Last one. Push up. Push as high as you can, and down. So now hands down. Deep breath. So we go right foot lifting, left hand lifting, but I'm going to be pushing with the right arm fully. So even the shoulders pushing down like this, and the hand pushing into the floor as we lift. So 3, 2, 1, lift. As we kick, I got myself confused there. And down. 2, 3, left hand, right leg, lift. And down. Breathe and lift. And down. Let's work hard. Let's get high. 3, 2, 1, lift. Push. And down. Going to the other side. 4 on this side. I may have miscounted. If I have, it's your lucky day. 3, 2, right hand lifting, left leg lifting. So let's start with the push of the left hand, shoulder, right foot and leg, and lift. 2, 3, 4, 5. Deep breath and lift. Shoulder down and down. 2, 1, lift. And down. Breathe and lift. And down. And we're going to take a breath. We're going to roll onto our back. We're going to be rolling back onto our front in just a moment, but I'd rather do this one before the next. Really get as fatigued as possible before those lifts. And this one is going to be hand supported. So it's that glute bridge starting, but then I try and drive myself over my shoulders and then use my thumbs, place underneath my hip bones, and then continue that push. Use the hands, help to drive me up and over under the hip bones, and then keep pushing with the feet and breathe. 20 seconds, keep driving with the feet, don't stop driving with the feet or the glutes. Keep pushing with the hands, breathe for another 5, 4, drive hard, 2, 1, come down, and then for what I call the laughing baby last week, it's the crying baby. So I'm pulling my knees in tight and just rocking side to side. Little circles, get a massage through the lower back going. before we roll over to our front for our Mackenzie push-up with that no-handed negative if we can. So I'll show you once again, then we'll go for 6 reps all together. So we lift up as far as we can with our hands, and then I'm going to try and lift my hands off the floor, come to my fingertips, and then off the ground. So the way we're going to lift our hands off is by from the hand to fingertips, and then 1 finger, 2 finger, and then lift off. Because I'm going to lift up. If I lift my hands off here, I'm going to drop. So I'm going to lift up as high as I can, hold, try and come onto the fingertips. I feel my lower back contracting. Breathe, then come light onto fingers and lower down. That's 1 or 6. We lift, drive the hips forward, try, lift myself off, hands, and slowly down. 4 to go. 3, 2, 1. Push yourself up. Contract, drive, try and get light on the hands, fingertips, fingers. Ooh, another 3 to go. We lift. Fingertips. Fingers. And lower. Deep breath. Stay with me. 2 more and then we settle down. We lift up. Onto the fingers. Fingertips. Slowly down. Last time. Lifting up. Fingertips. And down. So we'll take a moment in a child's pose. We're going to come to some pigeon stretching. So this is where I'm going to use a yoga bolster. You can use a sofa cushion, will work really well, or just a couple of cushions stacked on top of each other. You want a soft surface to give us some support. So here is mine. We don't need it, but these are very useful tools. If you want to get one, you can get a good one, 30, 40 quid. So I'm going to bring this down onto the side where I'm bringing the knee forward. I'm going to rock the hips forward first, then walk the foot to cross the knee and try and lower the knee onto the bolster without completely falling my weight on top. So I'll show you once from this angle. So here I am, bring the knee forward, walk the foot across, and then bring the knee down without completely sinking into it. I want my weight to be turning into that hip still. So I'll show you where I can use the mat for a bit of cushioning. So once again, forward, foot across, and then knee down where I can still keep my weight in my hips and pelvis rather than on the knee. I'm just going to sit here and breathe with as much support or as little support as you like. If you want to make this hard, you can bring your arms overhead, but we're not going to do that today. I'm just going to breathe. Deep inhale and 6 second long exhale. So this means we only have a couple more positions left. We have the pigeon on the other side, the Shaolin sit, and then finishing up with a tailored hero's pose, which is an accidental bit of wordplay because it's a combination of the tailor's pose and the hero's pose, as well as tailoring the hero's pose. But anyway, we don't need to be as geeky as me, so we'll swap to the other side, knee forward, walk the foot across, drop down, keeping the weight in the pelvis. As I roll this back hip down, I can support myself as much or as little as I like, and breathe. Deep inhale, long. Exhale. So signs of improvement, as well as, of course, referring to our test and looking at our Mackenzie push-up. We can look at specifically how does the lower back feel in a lot of those movements. Does it feel like it's working hard and contracting? Does it feel like it's cramping? Does it feel sore? Does it feel like it's working? In those drills where we're lifting one arm and the opposite leg, does it feel different with the left arm, right leg than it does to the right arm, left leg? Very well should, but being aware of those differences is what's important. So we'll move out of that now, and I'm going to bring this to the end of the mat. Now, once again, I have a straight leg. I'm going to turn the foot to the side. I'm going to roll onto this hip and push these hips forward. So I want a straight line through my torso to my foot. I don't want to be almost in a jackknife. Then I bring this hand forward. I can pull this knee forward and then pull myself on top of the knee. You can still be down in your hip. You can be even using the pillow and bolster, be down on top of it if that's better. But if we can be on our hand, and I'd encourage us to develop this position, and we're comfortable there, I can push down through the foot, lift the hips a little bit, or I can bring the foot on top of the bolster, and then I'm dropping down and getting a big stretch through the torso, which is a big aim, and also the hip. And then we breathe and squeeze, grip through the hand to give you a more stable support in the arm. And then with every breath, with every exhale, I sink. I think to sink the hips with the inhale. I grip through the hands, push down with the foot a little bit, and then exhale, almost like a chest rising and falling with the breath. We're rising slightly and then falling. And I'm looking with my neck as well, I'm twisting or leaning, so the whole spine is moving in the same direction. All right, we'll come out that side and go to the other. Hand out, foot out. If you want the elevation, great. But I still want to roll onto the hip, bring the leg forward, use the hand for support, but then get that shoulder back, and then sink. I can lift and fall again with the breath when you're comfortable. I'm going to spread my fingers so I can grip into the floor. So on my inhale, I grip, push with the foot a little bit. Exhale, sink, shoulders over, head over. And coming out of that, nice and slowly rolling out. We'll just take a minute sitting, do a bit of net work, and then finish with our tailored heroes pose. So I'm going to tuck my chin down, head behind, or hands to the back of the neck. Then, with my inhale, I'm going to lift my head in. Exhale, I'm pulling my head forward as I tuck my chin. Pull my elbows down, round through the spine, breathe in, expand into it, and then pull the head forward, elbows down. I'm actually getting a really nice stretch around the back of the shoulders, upper middle back. As I do this, breathe in, resist, exhale, reach with the elbows, Take a second, I'm going to turn my head to the side and press my hand into that for 10. Then hand on top, shoulder down, and pull ear to the side for 30. Same on the other side. Push head into hand for 10. Push, push, push. The shoulders pulling down for another 3, 2, 1. Hands over the head, shoulder down, turning, pulling. Deep breath. And slowly turning out there. So now I'm going to place our yoga bolster or pillow or whatever it is lengthways, just so there's a bit of height between the lower back and the hips. So then I roll over and bring my feet together and pull the knees down. Now I'm going to let my hips lift, and then I'm going to think about pulling the hips down towards the floor, and then breathe. I can then bring the shoulders up and overhead, so once again, more leverage to extend through the back. And as I'm here, I'm going to lift the hips again, and then pull the hips down. I'm almost thinking about my coccyx pushing into the cushion, backing up. Reach out wide, overhead. Knees pulling down, feet pushing together. And then feeling yourself get heavier over the bolster or the ground as you breathe. So we've got another 30 seconds or so. Feel free to stay as long as you like. It's quite a relaxing position. But thank you and well done for your 3rd week. If you haven't already, please do take a video of yourself through the test. And I will soon compare the results. Praise for all the hard work. We can get a protractor, measure the difference. We'll have a great time. But for now, that is us for this week. So thank you very much. And once again, have a strong week.